Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we got some legal mindset. Disloyal Denims sacrifices Reddit and Discord mod with some fast facts. Let's get into it because I haven't really been caught up in this whole shit. I just know they're losing hard to the lawsuit and they're like freaking the fuck out. And I know Caseytron has gotten all fucking weird and shit. She's like lost her fucking mind and she's doing some fucking crazy shit. And then yeah, fucking Denims, who's like, oh well, time to start making more OnlyFans content, and I'm like, fucking cheap whore. But anyways, let's get into it. Ooh, legal mindset. Ah, look at this Chad, dude.
As predicted, the disloyalty is already shining through in the
Damn
Ethan
straight.
lawsuits, with Denims throwing the Reddit and Discord mods under the bus
Damn.
immediately in one of her first court filings.
Who saw that coming? Who saw Denims throwing people under the bus to save her own skin? Damn, I guess what they say really is true. 100 women versus accountability, and accountability will always win, apparently. Holy shit. Like, goddamn, dude. Like, wow. They really just proved me that statement right, dude. And it's sad because there are women who actually know how to take accountability, but it's the small ones like Denims, like Caseytron, like Frogan the Hut that, just ruined it for everyone else. Why? Because they're retarded.
Corn of the Ethan Klein lawsuit. Of course, I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney, and this is Legal Minds, where we teach you to be your own judge.
Let's go.
Already we
I'm
are
here to learn
updates in this case. Now we've had the multiple cases, obviously Denims, Frogan, and Caseytron, and we're going to be following those bit by bit. But I've said, in the legal world, in the legal jungle, it is every man or woman for themselves. Now, many people like to talk about, one for all for one. We're all in this together. We're all part of a big community. And that,
if they were all together and shit, they would have just pooled their money and all three of them would have hired one lawyer and done it all together. That's what they would have done. They would have, put together all their assets, but instead, they're being divided. They're not bothering with actually, talking to each other and figuring out, seeing what they can do. I can guarantee you, she just says it right here. She sacrificed Reddit and Discord mods. So it just shows how self-centered these women are. But if they truly wanted to win, in my opinion, obviously they're not going to win. If they wanted to come out of this unscathed as badly as they are going to be, they should have realistically banded together, but they won't. They never will.
That may be well and good in the realm of feelings or in the realm of streaming or whatever else. But once you're in the courtroom legally, whether you like it or not, these defendants are all in it for themselves. Yep. That's why each defendant will need to have their own individual counsel, because ultimately their responsibility to defend themselves falls on solely them. They can't rely on these other people. And I know that maybe these Discord mods, these Reddit mods looked at Denims, looked at Caseytron, looked at Frogan, and saw these massive legal funds. They saw all this money in those legal funds, and they thought that was going to go to help them as well. They thought that would help their case. It would help them fight back against what they want to fight back against. That's not happening.
Why the fuck would they share their money? They're trying to fight their own legal lawsuits. Why the fuck would they share any of that? Well, I guess if you think about it from their ideological standpoint that they constantly push on their streams about being these socialist individuals that love, just all they do realistically is just shit on like the rich and whatnot and complain while they make their money. But I guess their fans are just that delusional that they actually believe that these women actually hold these ideals to heart. It's like, no, they don't. They have never once redistributed their wealth. They have never once actually gone outside to help their fellow man. All they do is look out for themselves. Like shit, dude. You think Frogan would be as fat as she is if she actually cared about helping out others? No. Like 90% of the food she fucking consumes on a daily basis could have easily gone to like helping others and whatnot. The amount of money she spends on Uber Eats and like DoorDash and all that other shit could have easily gone towards, I don't know, some other charity, some fund, but no, because why would they redistribute their wealth when they can sit there and virtue signal about redistributing your wealth? Like shit, don't you know it's your moral obligation as the viewer to redistribute your wealth to me, the streamer? That's essentially what they are, and what they preach, but they just pretend to care about, the little man, the people who suffer. They pretend to care about the insignificant individuals that, don't really matter to them because they genuinely don't care.
At all, and we have receipts today showing that Denims
Oh
has already done this. So in this
shit.
court filing, in this
Ah,
case,
it's
of
so
course,
bright.
Entertainment. That's Ethan Klein. I'll just refer to TEI as Ethan Klein.
Wait, fuck, where does it say that? Oh, here. I'm blind as shit.
California Corp against Alexandra Marwer Saber, aka Denims, and the
FKA.
those
Okay, so this is
1 through 10,
Denims. This is
which
the first one
are
we're
the
doing.
mods. So this is a joint stipulation granting plaintiff, that's Ethan, leave to serve third-party subpoenas prior to the Rule 26F conference. So what this is Ethan Klein wanted an expedited subpoena against these mods. So he's trying to fast track subpoenaing these mods. And this is not something that is necessarily 100% granted all the time. There are things they could fight back. There are things they could push back against.
But I bet this is making them like shit bricks right now, though. I feel like that's what this might be. I don't think he's actually realistically trying to get anything. I think he sees it more of like I'll just throw this in there because it'll scare the shit out of them, like a little scare tactic. So that way they can really see what Denims is truly all about, and they can see how their queen truly acts under pressure when her minions are in danger, and they're obviously gonna see the true side of Denims right now. But yeah, like he says that sometimes it doesn't go through and whatnot, and I genuinely believe that Ethan thinks that it might not go through. They might say nah. The judge might say no. We're just not gonna do this, and it's like he's probably like, all right. He's probably already taken that into account, and he's like, I just want to fuck with them as much as I can, because they've just been shitting on this poor man. And obviously, like, it's probably one of these mods from one of their communities that, called CPS on Ethan just because his kids had a fucking cold. Like, bruh, they called CPS on his kids just because his kids got fucking diarrhea from one of the most common infections that kids get. It's so stupid. And holy shit. And then their fucking Denim's defense. Oh, they're too young to remember any of that. It's like, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know they're too young to be traumatized by this? You don't. You don't know. You're not a child psychologist. You don't know jack shit about any of this. It's not like you have a degree in psychology. You're just some fucking internet thought that expresses her opinions, and your opinions sometimes you confuse them for facts, which is pretty fucking wild.
This isn't something they necessarily have to agree to.
Yeah.
But when you look at it here, when you look at the actual document and you see what happened, these guys talk. So obviously Ethan Klein and the attorneys for Denims had a conversation after Denims was served with the complaint. So Denims received the complaint. The complaint is the list of everything that Ethan Klein is alleging against Denims. Okay. They contacted Ethan Klein's lawyers to discuss preliminary matters related to the case. Here's the sauce.
Oh shit! All right, get into it. Give it to me.
Responded to the counsel for Denims and explained their intention to file an ex parte application for expedited discovery, so faster than normal discovery against Reddit, and Discord for obtaining personal information. So we're talking names, emails, whatever
Oh
information
fuck.
that Reddit and Discord have, any information they have, they're going to turn it over of the H3 Snark mods prior to the conference of the council under Federal Rule Procedure 26F. The Council for Denims responded to the Council for Klein to set up a time to confer. They agreed to confer on July 1st. On July
All
1st,
right.
the Council for the Parties conducted a telephonic meet and confer regarding the ground. So they talked on July 1st. The Council for Denims agreed
Oh
to
shit.
the request to seek expedited discovery from Reddit and Discord to obtain their personal identifying information, to name them in the complaint and serve them.
Oh fuck. Oh wow. So remember that part where I said, "Oh, they might not agree to it." You know, they could just say "fuck it" and say, "Nah, we won't do this." Well, that went out the window. They totally agree to it. They're genuinely throwing people under the bus to try to save Denim's ass. Holy fuck. Yo, that's wild, dude. And the fact that they're gonna have these people's actual like personal information and they could also potentially go after them is also pretty fucking wild when you think about it. Because it's like, yeah, we thought this can of worms was all just, you know, gonna be pointed at Denims, Casey Tron, and Frogan, but now they're genuinely going after the inner circle's inner circle, which in my opinion is pretty fucking good. You know, it's good for Ethan to like try to get these people if that's what he's trying to do. If you know he's trying to expand the lawsuit and sue other people who like defamed him and whatnot, it would be really good because it, even if he doesn't get anything out of it, you know, even if it's like he drops all the financial, and it's like at the end of the day he's proving that, you know, people are not gonna stand up for this bullshit. They're not gonna stand up for the blatant theft that they're doing, where they essentially stream the fucking content and they don't actually add any value to it. All they do is play a video, get up, walk away, and leave the video playing for their viewers, just so that way the money doesn't go towards Ethan. That's fucking wild, dude. That's just blatant theft. That's actual theft.
They've agreed to enter into the joint stipulation to grant Klein leave to serve these subpoenas. So there is no objection
Oh
from
shit.
Denims whatsoever. So Denims,
Yeah, she's just
their
serving them
counsel
on a
had
silver
the
platter.
ability to
Holy
object
fuck.
to this. They had the ability to fight back against this. They made a decision. They elected to say, we are not going to raise any defense on behalf of the Reddit or Discord mods. We're not going to defend them in any way. We're not going to push back against this. We're not going to say, hey, let's wait till after we do this conference, which is when we would normally have discovery. Normally discovery would happen later on, right? No. Let's let them get all of their personal identifying information. Let's let them make this happen now. And I think this may be surprising to a lot in that camp, in the Denims camp or in the mod camp or et cetera, whatever that is, who thought they were going to be this one big team fighting against.
Yeah, no, like I said, Denims doesn't care. She's gonna throw people under the bus. Whatever saves her ass the most, she'll like. If like for example, if Ethan said, "All right, if you give me the name of the person who called CPS on me, I will lower the amount you have to pay by, let's say, half." Okay, let's say instead of having to pay 10 grand, she has to now pay 5 grand. She'll do it. She'll outright do it. She'll like straight up give like a list of people who she thinks were the perpetrators in that instance. Like anything to save her own ass. And it's pretty fucking funny how you're seeing this come out and people are acting shocked that, you know, she's being two-faced and a snake, when in reality she's always been that way. I mean, just look at her countless examples of her giving her dumbass take. She said that, oh, these people aren't child soldiers. Then 2 seconds down into the video she's reacting, there's a comment that says, I'm a child soldier. She says, oh, there were no rape victims in the attack that happened over there in the Middle East. I forget which one it was because there's fucking so many going on right now. But she's like, oh, there were no rapes. There are no rape victims. Only for 5-10 seconds into the clip, after she unpauses, the lady that was speaking is literally stating, yeah, I was a rape victim. They raped me and they raped other women. And a lot of those women ended up dying because of how much they were abused. And I'm lucky that I survived, and she won't even retract what she said. It's pretty fucking funny how she has clips like that, and people will still think, in her circle, they'll still think that, oh yeah, she won't betray us. You know, if something happens, she'll have our backs. It's like, no, she's looking out for numero uno, which is her. She, in her mind, is numero uno, you know? Even if something was going on with Hassan, she would still only look out for herself.
It's the evil villain Ethan Klein. That's not how it's working. How
Yeah.
this is going to look is more like a sinking ship. It's
They say
more like a ship that just took a full broadside from the USS Ethan Klein. It's
they think this is like some fucking big ass anime battle, like the Hidden Leaf Village versus Pain, where fucking Denims is Naruto, and all of our fans are the Hidden Leaf Village, and Ethan Klein is Pain out here destroying the village. It's like, no, it's more like that the scene from Pirates of the Caribbean where they're blowing up the Dutch East Indies Trade Company's ship, and he's just walking down the ship watching everything explode. That's Denim. She's just walking down the ship watching everything explode, hoping that she will survive.
taking on water. It's going down, and they are fighting over the one leaky lifeboat
Yep.
of the ship.
Like
Not
I
to
said,
mention that leaky lifeboat is likely going to be captured by Ethan Klein in the end. It's every man and woman for themselves. And as we see this lawsuit proceed, you're only going to see more of this. You're only going to see more instances where these parties are at odds with each other, where they're pointing the finger at each other, where they're saying, hey, this person did this. No, this person did this. This is
oh yeah, well, this person did this. Oh yeah, well, technically I didn't do it. This person did it. If you look at it from this perspective, well, no, actually, it was X person who did C person who did Y person. It's like a fucking, what is it? I want to make sure I get the term right. Give me a second. And I think it's an Asimov cascade. No, god fucking damn it. An Asimov cascade is the Rick and Morty fucking one. God damn, I know what it. Oh fuck, I forgot what it's called. It's that case where, like they said in South Park, person A does something to offend person B, but person B doesn't really care. What they're trying to do is get person C to react, and when person C reacts, it gets all these other people, person D through E, to react, which creates a chain reaction where persons H through fucking L react, and then it just creates this cascade of reactions. That's essentially what's going on here.
Is going to really
I
come
forgot
out.
what it's
This
called. I
is
thought it was an
how
Asimov
parties break
cascade, but
apart.
it's
They fight
not.
when they get pressure on one party, the other ones are going to break, because if one mod, for example, says, hey, I don't want anything to do with this, I want to get out of this, they try to bargain with Ethan Klein, they try to get some sort of settlement with Ethan Klein, this is when the knives come out. This is when people start stabbing the others in the back willingly.
Yeah, it's just going to be a chain. It's a chain reaction.
Out of this. And this is going to escalate as we go into discussion.
Like he said, with the lifeboat survival, they're all going to do whatever it takes to get on that final lifeboat, that final life raft. And unfortunately, it's riddled with holes. And what they're going to do is start killing other people off in the boat to cover up, to plug up those holes with their bodies to still keep themselves afloat. So they're going to keep throwing people under the bus. They're going to keep stabbing other people in the back. And eventually, it's just going to be this bloody fucking massacre of all these people who thought they could get away with shit. And they're not. They're just not. It's very fun. It's very nice to see.
Communications yet, full emails, full messages. Once
this is just the start.
It's only going to get worse, because Discovery will go deeper and deeper and deeper into
the nice little snowball effect
between those parties. So as this goes forward, I expect it to be very bloody, very
Yeah.
messy, and I certainly do expect that
Took the
some
words
of
right out of
these
my
mods
mouth.
are going to jump ship, and some of the mods are also going to point fingers back at the content creators, back at Denims,
Of course they
back
are.
at Frogan, back at Caseytron, and possibly at other.
I can't wait to see the defense of, oh, well, I thought if I did this, she would notice me more and she might actually go on a date with me. Like that fucking, like that one dude who donated, like, I think it was 10 grand to some chick on OnlyFans, only to be called a donor. Not even like username, not actual name. No, they called him like a donor tipped or a fan, something like that. And it's just like a ha ha moment.
Content
I
creators.
love
It's
to see it.
possible if other ones
It's
were
so
involved
nice.
here. We mentioned Sean the Black, and of course, there's the great white whale of Hassan, right?
Yep.
That Captain Ahab Klein is kind of aiming for there.
Oh
Um,
shit.
it is possible, very possible, that they could
Good old
point fingers
Hamas
that
Piker.
direction as well, and that's when things get more interesting because as we're seeing now, Ethan Klein is fully open to filing new lawsuits as he's filed a new lawsuit today or thinking about
Oh shit,
filing a
he
new
is
lawsuit
going?
today against
Hell
another
yeah.
person on Twitter, on X. We can only hope
Fuck yeah,
to
dude.
see more interesting things as this goes on. But of course, we'll cover all of it on this channel. Until next time.
Hell yeah.
Are you guys enjoying
Oh shit, what the
the
fuck?
stream today?
Oh, that was good. Oh, that was good. I thought it ended and a new video started. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, that's so great. Oh my god, if you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz, and go watch this video. Go watch it. Go give Homeboy a like, Legal Mindset. I'll leave it in the comments. And remember to be safe out there. Be careful, because I just saw there was like another stabbing in like Manhattan or something like that, and whatnot. I think it was in Manhattan. I could be wrong, but I know I got the Citizen notification that there was another goddamn stabbing, and I'm just like, holy fucking shit, dude. So yeah, be careful out there. Be safe. Protect yourselves. Protect your lives. Watch your back, and remember to always question everything, believe nothing, and always seek the deeper truth. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Later.